Now for a view of a world below the water's surface. On this week's episode of 60 Minutes Plus, correspondent Seth Doane explores the sunken ancient Roman city of Baia, now located in the Bay of Naples. Today, the city's remains can be visited in one of the world's few underwater archaeological parks.
From above, what appear to be the outlines of reefs are actually the ruins of a town called Baia. Today, you have to dive to traverse some of the ancient streets where Roman emperors and senators once strolled. Its modern inhabitants are marine life, which have eaten away at what's left. Unfortunately for Baia, it was built on one of the most dangerous volcanic regions on Earth, about 150 miles south of Rome, near Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii, the city entombed in ash. And between the 4th and 5th centuries, that seismic activity caused nearly half of Baia to slowly sink into the sea. The true scale of this settlement was not clear until the 1950s, when a pilot snapped this photo.
And thanks to him, we knew how large was the archaeological area.
That triggered the Italian government to start piecing together the history and preserving the remnants.
Your restorers are at work, in essence, under our boat.
Yes.
Davide, who leads Italy's Department of Underwater Cultural Heritage, yes, there is such a thing, has been carrying out these sorts of missions for the last 30 years. She specializes in the niche field of underwater archaeology and has worked all over the world. Last summer, we suited up and dove down with her. Into the murky emerald water, which adds its own layer of mystery. Brushing away sand reveals exquisite slabs of marble. And these mosaics, the flooring of 2 millennia ago.
So Seth Doane is here to discuss this. Seth, talk about a correspondent's dream. This is the kind of story you pitch, to producers, and they go, oh, yeah, and you never get a chance to do it, and you got a chance to do it. I've never actually heard of the city of Baia.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
Yes, first of all, you're correct. And you get to not only add on to the shoot underwater, I had to learn to scuba dive to do this. So there were a few days spent in the water learning to scuba dive. But what an incredible adventure. And that's what we're really trying to do with this program and with 60 Minutes is take people to places, and 60 Minutes Plus, take people to places that they would never normally get to go to. I'm based in Rome, as you know, and I had heard that this place existed. It's interesting. What drove people there was that there were these volcanic, these geothermal, these terme, these baths that drove people there, and they built these elaborate villas. This in many ways was kind of the quintessential villa life. Imagine, they call it the Las Vegas of the ancient world. It's kind of like a Miami Beach or almost a Hamptons. People go to the beach, and all of Rome would leave and go on vacation there, and all of the craziness would follow. It was, drunkenness, wild parties, the odd murder plot, but it was just a fascinating place which slowly sunk into the sea because of the volcanic activity there.
When you say it slowly sunk into the sea, obviously we have a lot of conversations about climate change, and there are all these dire warnings that there are cities that are being gobbled up by the sea. But this is actually what happened, and then was the city sort of lost to fable, or was there an awareness that this city was there under the water?
There was an awareness. You can read about it in these ancient texts. They talk about seeing people walking drunk on the beach and all of this this texture of life there. People knew Baia existed, but yes, during the 4th and 5th centuries, it slowly sank into the sea. What happened there was because it's on this volcanic area, very close to, Mount Vesuvius and Pompeii, which incidentally is was a far less important city than Baia. But there is this phenomenon called bradyseism, which in Greek means slow movement. And it's almost like this slow motion earthquake. The earth is slowly moving up and down. Sometimes it can move up and down by around 3 feet a year, but very, very slowly. It sank into the sea, and really the scale of it wasn't remembered, wasn't really appreciated until that pilot snapped that photo in the 1950s, and that really sparked the Italian government to suit up and go down there and see what they could salvage.
Wow, it's like the real life Atlantis. Speaking of suiting up, I mean, I can understand why you would think this is a very interesting story, but you must have thought, well, I can't get there because I can't scuba dive. You learned to scuba dive for this story? Typically, people learn a skill and then they work their way up to a more challenging dive, let's say. But I guess you learned and then it was all in.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat this. We say at one point to the folks who are diving with, and you come back to the surface, you think, well, am I really going to want to dive and see fish again now that I've seen this ancient world? And as the story goes on, I hope you'll tune in and watch it. We see that they're actually down there restoring the mosaic. So they removed some of the bigger things that they could, statues and such, to protect them. And they put replicas of statues below so that scuba divers could go and see. But there were many things that were too big to bring up. So they're working on restoring underwater these mosaics. And we were down there with these team of restoration artists who were working with all of the tools that you think you see on land. They've adapted them, and they're down there with mortar and working to piece these tesserae, these tiny stone tesserae, back into these elaborate marbles that really, and mosaics that really reveal how wealthy, the vast wealth that was used in decorating these homes. They were getting mosaics from Egypt, from Greece, from Turkey, and they were in essence showing off. Look at my mosaic is nicer than your mosaic.
That is an amazing story, Seth. I propose a follow-up where you take a CBSN anchor with you, and I definitely will be tuning in to watch it.
All right, Emery, you might not be surprised that I have proposed a follow-up.
I am not surprised.
You
Thanks,
can come
Seth. Along. Great. You all can watch Seth's full report right now on 60 Minutes Plus. It's available on the new Viacom CBS streaming app, Paramount Plus. There you can also get breaking news, tons of sports coverage, and thousands of episodes of your favorite TV shows. Visit ParamountPlus.com now for a free trial.